What's up, y'all? My name is Rook. Today we're going to talk about different decisions that I made as a gamer. This is like the 10th time that I've restarted this, and it's hilarious. But I have a baby coming next year. I'm very excited for that. Very excited to welcome a child into this world, even though this world is crazy. But there's always going to be gaming. We're going to talk about different decisions that I made, different purchases that I made were that in the long run, even in the short run, were not even worth it. A lot of you may know about some of these games, and there will be some games you probably don't know about. And you might even have fallen for some of these same traps that I did. But either way, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. And I will see y'all in like 5 seconds. Let's go ahead and get into what I personally believe is the worst decision that I've made in the last 3 years. I'm pretty sure Biomutant came out in 2021. And let's just say this game disappointed the crap out of me, bruh. I really wanted this game to win. When I saw that trailer, the very first trailer, I was like, man, this game is going to be so sick. You can make your own mutant. Nobody's mutant will be the same unless you just chose the same exact thing. But even then, the perks will be different because you got different classes. Like there's nobody on Earth right now, I don't think anybody's made a video about it, that's going to allow them to make the exact same Biomutant. So basically, bro, you play as a Biomutant, obviously, but your mom is like one of the leaders of like the Kung Fu world, basically. And that's it. Your mom is one of the leaders of the Kung Fu world. And basically, all hell breaks loose. You end up losing I think you lose your mom. You lose all your masters that you're training with and all that stuff. And it's really cool. It's like a revenge story. And I think there's different endings. I'm not really sure. But when you actually get into the game, bro, that game looked so horrible. It looked so horrible. Oh my God. I wasn't expecting this. Mighty Keith was like, man, I hope this game is really good. As it looks, I said, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. This game is going to be exactly what you're looking for. The game came out. It was not what he was looking for. It was not what I was looking for. I went to back. I love indie games. I know they're not really an indie like dev team. But at the same time, you want to support like different, studios, especially if they don't have like a big backing. Bro, when this game came out, I'm talking about day one. When this game came out, after 2 weeks, they stopped supporting this game because it was so bad. Like it was basically one of those, this game is going to be so good, right? The game comes out and it's nowhere near that. It's nowhere near as good as they said that it was going to be. So pretty much they lied to us. They lied to us and they gave up on this game because that junk got so many bad reviews on Steam, bruh. I pre-ordered this game. And got the second class because I wanted this game to do good, bruh. I wanted to make an ugly monster that does karate, that uses guns, that uses swords. I wanted all of that because some of the combat was actually pretty good. But early game, bro, I didn't even get through the main, not even the main. I obviously did the tutorial, but I couldn't even get through the next main mission after you get your revenge and you grow up and stuff. They want you to travel across the map to this one area to stop some type of blight. Bro, I couldn't even make it there. I'm a type of person, if you give me an open world, I am going to scour. I'm going to look for chests. I'm going to look for collectibles. I'm going to look for other weapons. And it wasn't like the enemies was just beating the brakes off me. It wasn't that whatsoever. What it was my bullets. I played a gunner class. You know how if you pre-order Remnant 2, you get that gunslinger class. You got a bandit or some type of like outlaw class for this game. So you could mix the classes too. So I chose that one because I was going to use guns because I saw other people making bills for that before the game came out, which they were fine with. Bro, my bullets weren't doing anything. I legitimately was seeing, even with my ultimate, bro. I don't know if it was a bug. It might have been a bug. They didn't fix it. I can tell you that. But it was just horrible. The world looked really good though. I'm not gonna lie. It was lush. There's different, like every area that you could go to, the different biomes, they looked really good. But the enemies, bro, it looked like you were playing on a beta of a indie game on Unity or Unreal. Bro, I could see the individual hair follicles on some of these enemies. And not only could you see every individual hair follicle, bro, you could see that same filter. It looked like the hair on each enemy looked like the entire world in certain areas. Like I think at the time, because I had a Radeon 5500 XT. That is a horrible graphics card. Horrible graphics card. But they told me I could run it on the rec. I was on the highest graphical setting, and that junk looked so horrible. And I was mad about it. I normally don't care about graphics. I normally don't. I can play a lot of different games and enjoy them as long as the gameplay, is well. And it wasn't. It didn't match up to what I saw in the trailers, bro. I was doing some of the stuff that they did in the trailer, and bro, it felt like I wasn't doing any damage to certain enemies. They tell you that you can ride animals early on in the game. I got to the point where I could ride the animals early on. The animals kicking me in the face. The enemies and all that stuff, bro. Like it genuinely, it's like a Dark Souls game, right? You fight a big enemy, and then you see that same mini boss as just another enemy when you get past that place. It was the exact same. That was one of the worst decisions I ever made, was pre-ordering that game and giving that game all the trust I had. That was like the start of me not pre-ordering games. And I pre-ordered games that were bad, and trust me, they are on this list. Let's get to the next game. On to the next one. There is nobody on God's green earth that can say they've only bought Skyrim one time. There's nobody. Skyrim was my very first Bethesda game. Before this game came out, I had friends begging me to get an Xbox 360 because good old Fallout 3. Actually, that's a lie. Skyrim wasn't my first. Fallout New Vegas was my first. I didn't even know any of these games were by the same people at the time. I believe I was either a freshman or a sophomore in high school, 2011, when this game came out. My cousin got it, Deontay. He would always get different games like this, and he would make me beat his games for him. So I beat Skyrim for him when we were living with him at the time. Bro, I played that game, and it sucked me in just like Borderlands 2 did when that junk came out. I did not blink. I did not blink the first like 15 minutes of this game. Waking up and seeing it, and you're just on the carriage, the meme, the legendary meme. Waking up, seeing that junk, bruh. And I think the only thing I have to find the timeline. I don't even know what games came out around this time, but I know this game right here grabbed me, and I couldn't do anything about it. I couldn't do anything about it, bruh. I have played this game on both sides. I'm a Stormcloak till I die, bruh. Because the Stormcloaks ain't try to cut my head off first time they see me. They just literally pulled a Victorian era Paris on me. All that junk. Like, heck no, bro. We don't know who he is, but he here. Let's kill him. So I'm going to tell you this. I bought this game on PlayStation 3. I sold it. I bought this game on PlayStation 3 again. When PlayStation 4 came and they updated it for the first time, I bought it there. I sold it. 2 years later, I bought that junk again. Beat it a couple times. I've beaten all the DLC a couple times because I bought the game so many times. And then when I built my PC in 2021, I bought it again. But this time I say, you know what? I'm going to enjoy this my way. I started downloading hella mods. This ain't really a bad decision. The bad decision is me buying this mug so many times. But the enjoyment that I got, that wasn't a bad decision. Now, don't get me wrong. I was not buying that super special edition that just came out last year. I was not doing that to myself. I've bought this game like 5 or 6 times, bruh. I've beaten this game like 4 times. I'm not buying this game anymore. I got a PC. I got it on there, bruh. Low key, the only reason I even bought it was to play mods and just to have it on my Steam library. Because maybe one day I'll get bored and I'll go back to play it. And it hasn't happened yet. And the reason for that is I was using mods. My save got corrupted. I deleted the game and I haven't touched it since. All my mods that I had, they're gone. I literally got blue screen from some of those mods, bro. And it wasn't nothing but just like outfits and powers. Like I'm going to get the Keyblade, bro. I'm obviously going to get the Keyblade. I'm obviously going to get the Rasengan. Like, oh my God. But I don't condone buying this game that many times. I will never do that junk again. Especially with Starfield. I'm not a fan of Starfield. It's not as fun as they made it seem. So I bought. That's a bad decision. I literally bought Game Pass for like 3 months for like $20 because it was an amazing deal, and I got a free month. So I got Steam. I got Game Pass until February. I played Starfield for like maybe probably like 13 hours before I was like, okay, this game is not really doing much for me. And that's pretty much how that went. But yeah, y'all need to get y'all stuff together because that's the same thing that happened with what's the name? Fallout 4. I bought Fallout 4 like 3 times. That's a bad decision. Don't do that. Don't buy the same game multiple times unless you know you're going to play it on whatever new console you get. Or if you build a PC, you want to have it in its best moment, this best place, do it there. On to the next one, bruh. Oh my God. I can tell you right now, some of y'all don't even know who this dude is. I know a majority of y'all do not know who this dude is. That, my friends, was Wrath. From the game that died in 5 months, Battleborn. My cousins know. I just told y'all, Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 1 changed my life as a kid. That was the first time I ever played a looter shooter. That was the very first game. If I had never played Borderlands, I would have never given Warframe a try and put a couple 100 hours in that. And I never would have even thought about giving Destiny 1 or 2 a try, even though Halo is what got me into Call of Duty. If it was not for Borderlands, I wouldn't even be gaming like that, like I am today, to be real. Because there was a time when games was stale, bro. And this is before I got my life together, when I had hella time. Battleborn is one. I don't care what anybody says. I'll say this. The only thing that was bad about that game was me pre-ordering it. I pre-ordered it. I bought the Ultimate Edition, which gives you golden outfits for all of the characters for free. Even though I was only going to use probably like 2 or 3 of them. I think there was Wrath. There was that Mushroom Mancer, Ninja, and there was a bow and arrow character. I think she's an elf. I'm not completely sure. I'll have to find it. But yeah, this game was connected to the Borderlands universe. Gearbox, you jacked up on this one, bruh. You ruined it. This game was so fun, but I think the reason why it failed was because there was legitimately no set story in this game. It was just a bunch of different missions. And in those different missions, you do obviously different objectives. My favorite ones were protecting this egg or whatever the heck, right? So basically, you get on there and there's different types of enemies. It's kind of like what Overwatch wanted to do with the multiplayer that they canceled. You would get a character and you would level it up, but you're not always guaranteed to get this character because certain characters are on missions and others are only for other type of missions. And that's what I feel like ruined it, because you have a lot of I think there was like maybe like, I don't know off the top of my head, but I want to say there was like 20 characters, if not 15. And you had villains working with the good guys, quote unquote, because we never really knew. Like there was different like gangs and stuff. Like that elf girl, she was with the mushroom ninja because they were from the forest. Then you got Wrath, who is a vampire. There's a woman that kind of looks like the healer from Overwatch. She's got the healing and then the energy drain. And then there was another vampire dude. He had like this big trace rifle on his arm. He was pretty cool. I didn't really like him because Wrath is my favorite character. So people that know me, they know I'm here for the wolves. I'm here for the ravens, crows, magpies. I'm here for all of that junk, right? But most of all, I'd love katanas. I freaking love them, bro. I've loved katanas forever. And Wrath has 3. This man, actually, that's a lie. He has 2 katanas and 1 gigantic greatsword, right? Oh, man. That's a shooter. And this man, you got to get in people's faces. Slash, 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 slash. And his ultimate is front flip with the greatsword and smashes it on the ground. And it creates like a obviously like a quake, like a if you ever played the Devil May Cry games, it's kind of like Dante's Overdrive, where you hold triangle and he flips his sword behind his back and he starts slashing these darkness slashes. It's essentially that, but one gigantic one. Amazing. And then 2 months later, they canceled the game. Actually, like 5 months later, they canceled it. Not only did they cancel the game, they canceled it and then made it free until the servers ran out at the end of that year, bro. It was horrible, man. It was horrible. Pre-ordering that game because I'm waiting on the next Borderlands game. And I'm pretty sure the game after that that came out is the next game on this list. Let's get into it. The next game on our list is Borderlands, the pre-sequel. Oh my freaking gosh, dude. So everybody was waiting on the next installment of the Borderlands series. We had Borderlands 1. We had Borderlands 2. And then we had Borderlands, the pre-sequel. I'm not sure which came first, if it was Borderlands, the pre-sequel or the Telltale series, but I can tell you right now, one of those is a 10 out of 10, and the other one shouldn't have been existing in the first place. So, the pre-sequel, we are not playing as the main people. We are playing as new Vault Hunters, including Claptrap, and a doppelganger for Handsome Jack, who ends up going insane and becoming Handsome Jack later on in the series. So Claptrap was basically, who could I say Claptrap? Claptrap was like a jackpot machine. You pull the lever and his ultimate changed to different things all the time. His ultimate was never the same anytime he cast it, basically. You could get a skill instead of having a grenade where you change people's jumping to drop grenades. His butt stomp could be infinite. Instead of you just doing a jump and then do the butt stop and that's it, you would keep bouncing. I think that's a rubber ducky one or whatever. Yeah, bruh. The powers were cool. The issue that I had with that game was that it genuinely, I'm not going to cap y'all, it genuinely should not have come out. Personally, I think that game was kind of trying to be like a foothold in the series because they were still working on, obviously, Borderlands 3, and Borderlands 3 was a ways off. And bruh, the story for that game, we should have known. Anthony Birch, who was the writer, one of the main writers, I think he was like the senior writer for Borderlands 2. He wasn't on that game. He wasn't on 3. So me personally, I know when it comes to the story being trash, it's because Anthony Birch wasn't working there anymore. Anthony Birch is Ashley Birch's brother. She plays Tiny Tina. Everybody loves her. She plays Aloy. She plays a lot of different characters in video games now, but I knew her for Tiny Tina and What You Playing Ash YouTube channel. Amazing YouTube channel, by the way. And I still follow her outside of that. She's been in different TV shows, but back to the game. The powers that you could use in there for each character, I thought was amazing. I used Athena because I was a Zero main. I like assassins, so I chose to be him. Chose to be Athena. She's amazing. She has a shield where if she takes damage on this shield, she will literally throw a concuss. She'll throw the shield and it'll do concussive blasts. It'll bounce between different people. You can upgrade it. You take a whole bunch of damage. You throw it, and then the next person you shoot, they take a crap ton of damage. And that's basically how she worked. I think Aurelia, which is, I can't remember bruh's name. He was like a hunter. His sister, we played as her because they didn't have a siren in this game. The only siren that we had, I believe, was Lilith. She was a side character. Her and Roland were on their honeymoon or vacation, one of the two. It's like they broke up in this part. They were on their honeymoon, so they was there helping Handsome Jack. This is before Handsome Jack was evil, y'all. He was still a punk. He was still like at the bottom of the corporate ladder, so he didn't know nothing. He wasn't bad yet. He had some bad tendencies, though. He wasn't bad yet, but he had some bad tendencies. The guns in that game, I ain't gonna lie, have to be the absolute worst guns in the Borderlands series. And I played Borderlands 1. Borderlands 1, if you go back to play it now, I don't agree when YouTubers say, man, this game holds up. It literally doesn't. Only way it holds up is if you're playing it on a high-end computer and you got the freaking, if you're not playing the remastered edition, you might as well not even play it. Other than that, the game is whack. Looking, the guns, I feel like they don't feel well. They've moved too slow for me. I play that game from time to time, 60 frames per second. Anyways, back to the pre-sequel. The story was not good, bruh. The bosses definitely weren't. When I say the grinding on Borderlands 3 is bad, bro, the pre-sequel was just as bad, bruh. Genuinely. It was just as bad. I pre-ordered that junk too. So when I pre-ordered a bunch of games, bro, and they're not good, I'm stuck. Because on PlayStation, you cannot get a full refund. You cannot. That's why I genuinely enjoy Steam. Even Epic Games has their little refund thing that you can do as well. You know, play it for a little while and get it. But yeah, that junk, it sucked. The guns were not good. Only, like, when I tell you, playing as Athena and the skills that she had is the only reason I even made it through that game. Some of those bosses were as janky as they were in the first game, and it wasn't a good thing. It's not a good thing whatsoever. And that's pretty much all I gotta say on that, bro. I didn't even play the DLC for that. And lastly, Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3 has some of the best classes in the entire series. I love Zero. I'm not a pet person in video games. I'm not a turret person in video games. I don't like helpers a lot of the times. But Flak, my brother in Christ, Flak was basically Axel and Zero mixed together. He could go invisible, have 3 different types of pets that attack and do crazy damage, especially the spider ant queen. Oh my goodness. And when you're invisible and you're waiting on there and the seconds go down and you unleash a gun with unlimited bullets, as long as you hit crits, oh my God. Oh my God. Such an amazing class, bruh. Every class on that game has been nerfed multiple times because they're so strong. The weapons on that game are so strong. Even the guns that are supposed to be bad, like the Bane from Borderlands 2, I think they brought one to Borderlands 3. So the Bane, I don't know. Okay, there's two weapons that suck. There's the series of weapons that speak to you. In Borderlands 2, I know for sure there's like 2 submachine guns and a sniper rifle. Bruh, the Bane talks a whole bunch. It's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it just goes crazy when you're shooting, when you reload. I think when you aim, it makes it even worse because it's such bad recoil and you move slower than dirt. You can't run with it basically because it's like a Bane, like a weakness. That's what a Bane is. Bro, in Borderlands 3, they have a sniper rifle that speaks to you and she talks to you crazy. Some of them people that be like, mommy, step on me. You would love this gun because you're a weirdo. Bro, that gun with headshots is ridiculous. You shoot somebody in the head with this Hyperion sniper rifle and it ping pongs to other people and it's amazing. And if you got certain classes where you get crit kills, they explode, drop grenades, all that crap. It's amazing. The downfall. Again, Anthony Birch is no longer working with Gearbox. I don't even know what Anthony Birch is doing. I've looked for him multiple times, never found him. Bro, you could tell. Even with Tiny Tina, even when his sister is still doing the voice for that character, it doesn't 100% remind me of the good old days. Nostalgia. I can play Borderlands. I've beaten Borderlands 2 with Zero 13 times. I love that game. I love the Handsome Jack. He's a great villain. He's a great motivation, especially when certain characters, you know, have things happen to him. I ain't gonna really spoil it. It's surprising if you haven't played it, if that's the type of game you like. But he's a great boss. Borderlands 3, we fought YouTubers and Twitch streamers, bro. Cult YouTubers and Twitch streamers. That is whack. That is whack. They weren't even good, bruh. So when I beat the story mode, the only reason I even kept playing the game was for weapon drops. Getting legendaries in that game was entirely too easy. Borderlands 2, you kill an enemy and you get a legendary. If you see a random chubby or a loot midget, if that's offensive, sorry, it's in the game. You would get certain weapons that had different words on them that kind of like say this is a special, unique weapon. Borderlands 3, any boss you kill, you're getting a legendary, bro. It doesn't matter. You're getting a legendary. You get a legendary. You get a legendary. Everybody gets a freaking legendary. I'm legitimately Borderlands 3 is the Oprah TV show with bad writing, bro. When certain characters died in that game, I said, are y'all serious right now? That's the direction y'all went with. There's answers in that game that we never got, bruh. That Creek DLC did nothing for me, bro. Did nothing for me. At the end, it's the delusion. Bro, and here's where we go. I bought the best version of that game when it came out. I pre-ordered the best version. When that first DLC came out and it was even worse than the main story, that's when I knew I wasted money. I knew I wasn't going to complete the game at that point, bro. It was over with. It was over with. I just couldn't do it. It's not a good game. There's so many YouTubers that love Borderlands. I'm talking about that like Borderlands, the pre-sequel. People that I trust, but don't trust that opinion, that hate Borderlands 3. Because they started adding different multipliers so you can get better guns and have different random things happening in the world. Bruh, I'm playing with my brother and one of his friends because, you know, me and my brother, Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 1 had us fighting, bruh. That junk had us fighting over guns. That's how good. That's like we've never done anything like that. But when that, like, I'm talking about, let's do it for it then. Hilarity, bro. I kill an enemy and lightning spawns on the ground and it keeps tracking me and killing me. It's not. There's nothing fun about that game after your first playthrough, bro. I pre-ordered that junk. I got the first season pass, and I was like, I'm not buying the second season pass. It's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. And I'm not going to waste my time. Borderlands 3 is such a failure of a game, bro. Oh my God. I was so sorely disappointed in what happened. The little girl main character, nobody liked her. I definitely didn't like her because I'm like, how are you training under Maya, but you're disrespecting Lilith? How does that make sense? Maya went back home and took over, her family monastery and stuff, right? And then she helped raise you. Why are you not listening to her? And then when you get powers, you start tweaking out even more. Like, yeah, I can take over the world, but you can't. Maya died because of you, bruh. And I don't care. Like, I genuinely, anybody that condones that, she's a teenager, it's teenage angst. Bruh, when she got Maya killed, she got worse. Oh, she's grieving. No, she's not. How is she grieving when anytime somebody that is obviously the leader of this area is telling her to do something, she just disregards it? You don't know what you're talking about. You think it's like, I'm sorry. To me, I don't care. Sometimes, like, I know video games aren't real, blah, blah, blah. When it comes to respect and somebody obviously knows better than you, but you can listen to somebody that's weaker than a person that you look up to, that's crazy to me. I don't respect that. Game is that the story writing for Borderlands 3 is so horrible, bruh. There's characters on there that would never do certain things, ever, that was doing the things that they would never do. And it was so out of character. Everybody was like, this is the worst game I've ever played in this franchise. And if whatever Borderlands game comes next, because this war is supposed to be coming, that's going to be interesting to see. Because they definitely lost faith with us, with a lot of the Borderlands players, the Borderlands community. All right. That's enough ranting on Borderlands. Let me see if I got like maybe one or two other games. And we'll cut the video at that one moment. And we'll figure out what else is left over. All right. I think I got time for just one more game. And we're going to talk about the late, great Anthem. Pre-ordered this game. Got the Guardian Edition. So I can get that smooth matte gold and silver armor. Gold and gray armor. Bruh. I really can't say nothing bad about it. I really can't say nothing bad about this game. What I can say is when I pre-ordered this game and got on it, bro, I flew through the main story. I flew through the main story so fast because they didn't even have the game completed when they dropped this. It wasn't complete. This game was literally, they were trying to make it like Destiny, right? But it was like a bad idea. And by bad idea, I mean Destiny has been around since 2013. I had been playing Destiny since 2013, right? Guys, how do you drop the one thing that you talk about in this game a year after the game is out? A year and some change after the game is out. You're telling people, hey, this storm is coming. When this storm comes again, it's going to tear everything up. There's going to be enemies that we can't beat. It's going to be impossible for us to beat. We beat the story mode. The storm don't come until like a year later. Everybody's like, what the heck? Bro, everybody's confused. And then you got events that are coming out where you get the most broken weapons ever. And these weapons, one shot enemies. I had a sniper rifle that Oh my God. I carried 2 of these sniper rifles on me. I would go fight that boss that's like a spider, and I would lay into her with bullets, bruh. Oh my gosh. I would dodge, and you get a multiplier when you dodge. And then you shoot all 3 bullets into this boss's weak spot. Switch to the other sniper. Shoot 3 more bullets. Both of her health packs are destroyed. Bro, the game had elemental reactions. I'm out here throwing fireballs at people and calling lightning and then throwing ice at them. And I'm talking about millions and millions of points of damage just decimating the field. Playing this with friends was like the best thing ever. The best thing ever. Until there was nothing else left to do. There was legit nothing else to do. It was horrible. It was horrible. We're out here waiting. When are we going to get new guns? Bro, by the time I stopped playing this game, I didn't even know events and other story came out, bro. It was horrible. Oh my God. There wasn't a season pass to buy, and I didn't buy any like cosmetics or anything, but my Lord. That's the main thing that disappointed us. You get on there, you grind for these weapons, you craft these weapons, you craft these other javelins, craft new powers, you unlock new armor pieces, you get different elemental attacks depending on what class you choose. You can figure out how much exhaust you're going to use when you can glide forever if you do it correctly. I chose the Storm because on Destiny I play Warlock. I love using hella magic. I love rushing into things. I love it. I have no issues with the Storm class whatsoever. But them other classes, other than the Interceptor and I think it's the Jaeger, whichever one's like the Commando, like you AR with regular grenades. I didn't like the tank class. I'm not good at that thing, dude. I like being in the air. I don't like being on the floor. Junk is whack. But I say that to say this. That game has so much potential. It wasn't the Destiny killer. I feel like when people started saying that, I knew that they were wrong because the history of Destiny and Destiny 2 is kind of crazy, even though they're on bull crap right now. I don't respect what they're doing right now with that game. I have not touched that game, I think, since February. And even in February, I played like an hour or two, and it just fell by the wayside yet again. Bro, along with Destiny 2, Anthem is a disappointment because they had an idea of what they wanted to do with the game, and it just fell through, bro. It fell through. Especially when my friends stopped playing, it stopped becoming as fun. I played that game so much with them that when it was time for that junk to not be fun anymore, I knew exactly what time it was. It was time to uninstall. And especially because there was really nothing to do. I pre-ordered that game, and there was nothing to do after you do the main story. Another game that's similar to that is kind of like Division 1. Division 1 is a great game, but after you beat the main story, before all the, updates and seasons and survival mode came out, bruh, it was bad. It's bad. You spend money on these games, and you want these games to be fun. And then when the game ain't fun no more, when there's nothing left to do, you're lost. Sitting there contemplating, man, why did I spend all my money on this game that I'm not going to play anymore? Who do I think I am? A loser. I'm a loser because I did not have fun after paying for that game, bro. I think I have one more game we're going to talk about, and then we'll go ahead and end it there. Let me see what else I got on here, and then we'll go from there. 1 second. Okay, y'all. Okay, last but not least, we got One Piece World Seeker. This game shocked everybody when it came out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, guys, look. We're getting an open world One Piece game. And it looks realistic. It's going to be so fun. Trash. I didn't pre-order this game because by this time I had understood pre-ordering games was not for me. Destiny 2 pre-ordered. I think I have spent probably in total on Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 probably like $2,000 because I would buy the season pass. I would buy all the content. Then when Destiny 2 came out, I would buy the entirety of the year, including every season, actually not even depending, because I looked forward to see what are they going to do. What are they going to change that's going to keep me interested in Destiny 2? One Piece World Seeker is the worst One Piece game. And that's saying something because there are PlayStation 2 games that are pretty bad. There are mobile games that are pretty bad. The only other one that's up to level, I think, is One Piece World Red or Red something. It was a PlayStation 3 game. It looks beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It looks amazing. Very, very good cell shading. The gameplay is abysmal. Burning Sands is trash, too. That's the worst One Piece fighting game. That PlayStation 2 game, Grand Line or whatever, or Pirate Festival, that junk is way better than that. And that's got the ugly voices from like 4 kids, bruh. Anyways, World Seeker is a game that I thought that I would like because I love One Piece. I definitely love One Piece games. I love the Pirate Warriors game. I've had a One Piece game on every console that I've ever had. Like PlayStation 2, I've had both of the chibi fighting games because they're so cool. I could probably go back in time. And I ain't gonna lie. When I get my Steam Deck and stuff, I might low key download. I might emulate one of them games, bro, so I can put that on the channel or something. Because you can't buy that disc anywhere. Nobody's selling it, and nobody's selling the PlayStation 2 with what I need to record it. Anyways, gameplay looked cool. They kept showing all the super moves, but the actual combat is not good. It's not good. Repetitive combos that don't give you a sense of you're doing damage for real. It's like when you play a game, a shooter, right? A third-person shooter, and you have this big, gigantic chopper. I'm talking about an MG30. And that mug sounds like... horrible. I'm punching people with the hardest gum pistols of 2019, 2018. And they're like, anyways, I'm going to get back up. Bruh, no. You drop combos. And honestly, the only way to really feel strong in the game is by buying DLC. Zoro got put in this game and he was strong chapter 1 of his DLC, bruh. As always, they always give Zoro, like, when he comes out, they make him so fun. And I don't know why they don't do that for Luffy. That game, the only cool thing is being able to slingshot yourself across places. But early game traversal, garbage. Enemies popping up, garbage. The bosses up until the end of the game, trash, because you got no skills. You don't have any of the gear forms yet. You don't have any updates, upgrades to your health or your attack damage or, like I said, any other skills. And it just makes the game even worse. There are people that have said, oh, that's one of the best games. You're delusional, bro. I don't see how you can say that. I don't see how you can say that at all. Like, that junk is not hidden. It's not hidden for anything, to be honest with you. Yeah. I can't even really say too much on it because I literally sold that game. I returned that game back to GameStop same day. And, you know, it's GameStop. So you're going to get 6% of your money back. We can't take this back. You know, they scammers, bruh. I remember I bought Amazing Spider-Man 2. I beat that junk in a day, and I hated that entire game. The first game was amazing, but the second one, garbage. So I beat it, turned it back to him, and I bought that junk for $50. They tried to give me $26, bro. I said, y'all told me if I didn't like this, I could bring this back in 2 days and get my full amount back. And that's why I don't rock with GameStop. Now, that was everything that I wanted to say. I'll probably do a part 2 because there's more. This is just buying games, but there's other things that I didn't even get to talk to, and now I feel like this video is long as heck anyways. So we're gonna go ahead and end it there. Expect a part 2. I'm gonna try to be a lot more consistent this month because October did not go for it. November, bro, it's December the 1st. I don't even think I posted a video in the last 28 days. But I'm gonna try to be a little bit consistent. I have ideas of, videos I want to do. I do want to do more actual reviews that are not free scripted like this one. This video was actually gonna be scripted, but I had to do the intro 11 times, and I was like, whatever. We're gonna go off the top of the dome. Anyways, y'all, that's everything for me. God bless you. I will see you in the next video. Peace.